Yo, what is up, Cowboys Nation and NFL fans across the globe? Today we've got one of the most jaw-dropping, out of nowhere, under the radar, absolutely wild pieces of news coming straight out of Dallas, and yes, it's real, and yes, it's shaking up the football world like a Texas tornado. The Dallas Cowboys, one of the most iconic franchises in all of professional sports, have just pulled off a surprise move that no one, and I mean no one, saw coming. Buckle up, because the Cowboys have just signed an Australian kicker, yes, Australian by the name of Sam Ficken. And trust me, the entire NFL landscape is absolutely buzzing, confused, shocked, and oddly fascinated by this development. This isn't your usual free agency move. This is something that feels like it came out of a sports movie script, like a long-lost deleted scene from The Replacements or Invincible. But let's dig into this and break down why this unexpected signing has so many people talking. So here's the scoop. Late last night, just as NFL insiders were winding down, the Cowboys front office quietly released a statement that they had agreed to terms with Sam Ficken, a veteran place kicker who had been out of the NFL spotlight for a couple of seasons. And here's where it gets interesting. The statement described Ficken as bringing an international edge, global toughness, and refined precision developed through extensive work in both Australian football and American football disciplines. Wait, what? Most fans were scratching their heads. Australian football? Was this the same Sam Ficken we knew from a few NFL stints years ago? Was he Australian all along? Had we missed something this whole time? It took only minutes for social media to light up like it was Super Bowl Sunday. People were posting clips, old highlight reels, memes, and even mock scouting reports. The narrative was moving at light speed. The Cowboys signed an Aussie kicker. Who is this mysterious Sam Ficken? Is Jerry Jones onto something revolutionary here? Now, before we break down what this could mean for the Cowboys special teams unit, let's rewind a bit and give you some context. Ficken, who actually hails from the United States, yes, let's clear that up right now, has had an on and off career in the NFL, bouncing around teams like the Rams, the Jets, and the Titans. He was never a long-term fixture, but every time he stepped in, he showed glimpses of promise. Solid leg strength, consistent technique, calm under pressure. But for whatever reason, injuries, competition, front office decisions, he never quite secured a lasting home in the league. So how does a guy like that end up in Dallas, with a new label as an Australian kicker? Well, apparently during his time away from the NFL, Ficken took a very different path. Sources close to him now say he traveled to Australia, trained with Aussie rules football coaches, and worked with some of the top specialists in the Southern Hemisphere to reinvent his kicking style. He even reportedly played in a few semi-pro Aussie rules leagues to adapt to different ball shapes, angles, and weather conditions. It's unorthodox, no doubt, but it's intriguing. The Cowboys, always a team looking for that next spark, that X factor, may have seen something in Ficken's evolution. And let's be honest, Dallas has been hungry for kicking stability for years now. Ever since the departure of long-term kicker Dan Bailey, the team has been through a carousel of inconsistent legs. From Brett Maher's boom or bust performances to Greg Zuerlein's ups and downs, the Cowboys haven't had that reliable, confident kicker who can nail 50-yarders in crunch time and not make fans sweat bullets during every extra point. So maybe this is more than a gimmick. Maybe this is calculated. Maybe Jerry Jones, who's never been shy about making headlines or taking bold chances, saw an opportunity to shake things up in a way that could pay off big. And let's not forget, the Cowboys are gearing up for a make-or-break season. With Dak Prescott under pressure to lead deep into the playoffs, with Micah Parsons anchoring the defense, and with CeeDee Lamb ascending into elite wide receiver territory, every little edge counts. A reliable kicker can literally be the difference between a playoff win and a heartbreak loss. But the public's reaction to the move has been all over the place. Cowboys fans, who are known to be both fiercely loyal and brutally honest, are divided. Some are excited, calling it a genius underdog story waiting to unfold. They're already tweeting Aussie slang, making memes of Ficken riding kangaroos into at NT Stadium, and photoshopping him in Outback hats next to Dak. Others are more skeptical, asking why the team didn't go after a proven veteran or use a draft pick on a college kicker with proven stats. Some are even throwing out names like Robbie Gould or Mason Crosby and asking why Dallas didn't give them a call. But that's the nature of football and fandom. Every move brings scrutiny, especially when it feels this unconventional. Still, that hasn't stopped the hype train. Ficken's Instagram has gained over 40,000 new followers overnight. His old Penn State highlights are trending on YouTube. Australian sports blogs are suddenly interested in the Cowboys. It's like the football worlds of two continents are colliding in real time, and all eyes are now on Dallas. Insiders say Ficken will join the team for training camp next week, and early reports suggest that the coaching staff is genuinely impressed with his mechanics and mental approach. One anonymous assistant was quoted as saying, "The dude's got ice in his veins. He kicked a 63-yarder into the wind in practice and just walked off like it was no big deal." That's the kind of swagger Dallas fans love. If Ficken can back that up under pressure, in the regular season, he might just become a legend in Big D. But let's talk strategy too. The Cowboys play several games outdoors this year, including matchups at Green Bay, Philadelphia, and Washington, places where wind, cold, and pressure converge to test a kicker's soul. If Ficken really did gain an edge from training in varied Australian climates and mastering different kicking angles, that might translate into clutch performances in the harshest conditions. He's also rumored to be experimenting with drop punts for pinpoint kickoffs, a tactic borrowed from rugby and Aussie rules that could add an entirely new layer to Dallas' special teams arsenal. That's not just unique. That's potentially game-changing. And of course, the marketing machine is already spinning. You can bet that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys brand team are licking their chops at the international appeal of this move. An Australian-trained kicker? That opens doors for merch, TV rights, fan engagement down under. The NFL has been pushing hard to grow its global audience, and this move lines up perfectly with that vision. Expect to see Sam Ficken on promotional banners, social media campaigns, maybe even NFL Australia events if this pans out. There's a reason the NFL has been experimenting with international games in London, Mexico, and now Germany. The league knows its future lies in going global, and the Cowboys, who always want to be at the front of the wave, might have just struck gold with a simple but symbolic signing. Now, let's be real here. This could crash and burn. Ficken might not even make the final roster. Training camp is brutal, and preseason is unforgiving. One bad game, one missed PAT, and the same fans cheering his name today might be calling for his replacement tomorrow. That's the nature of kicking in the NFL. It's lonely, it's high pressure, and it's thankless when you're good, but unforgettable when you mess up. But for now, hope is alive. The buzz is real. The Cowboys just took one of the most unconventional swings of the offseason, and everyone is watching to see if it hits a home run or shanks wide left. Either way, it's fascinating. So, here's my take. I love it. I absolutely love it. Not because I think Sam Ficken is guaranteed to be the next Justin Tucker or Adam Vinatieri, but because football needs stories like this. It needs weird, bold, wild moves that remind us this game isn't just numbers and contracts. It's about people, journeys, redemption, innovation, and heart. Whether you're a die-hard Cowboys fan, a casual NFL watcher, or someone who just loves a good sports story, this signing is a storyline worth following. And hey, if Ficken nails a 58-yarder to beat the Eagles in Week 9? You heard it here first. All right, Cowboys Nation and football family, that's going to wrap up today's massive update. What do you think about Sam Ficken's surprise signing? Is he the real deal or just off-season smoke? Are the Cowboys being clever, crazy, or both? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, And make sure to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. We've got training camp news, position battles, film breakdowns, and maybe even an interview with Ficken himself if this story keeps heating up. Until next time, stay bold, stay loud,